Ladies and gentlemen, please get up for Evan Adams. Yes. Alright. Alright, keep it going for Rob Schneider's butt plug. I mean, how serendipitous of us tonight that we have somebody who played Dirt roasting somebody who's played number 2. David, I actually took a chance to watch Joe Dirt 2 because the original has become so beloved by now. I honestly couldn't believe how bad it was. No matter how much star power was in it, it was still worse than Suicide Squad. It's really great that you're hosting, David. It really is. Of course, one of your more major recent successes is in the Grown Ups films. It's kind of ironic that they named it that because at 40 you still haven't hit your growth spurt yet. What a night! Tonight reminds me of a potential biopic of my life. Ann Coulter could play my mean grandmother. Pete Davidson could play the skinnier version of me from high school. Rob Wiggle, he'll play my PE teacher. Nikki could be the girl I had a crush on in middle school all grown up. Jeff Ross looks like an former out-of-shape YMCA staff member. I don't know where Rob Lowe fits in. I'm sure we can shove him in there somewhere anyway. I'm pretty sure the last 5 directors you've worked with have said that to your casting agents. Alright, let's look at the dais tonight. Jimmy Carr, Rob Riggle, Jeff Ross, Pete Davidson, Nikki Glazer. This looks like SNL table scraps. Just look at all these washed up names. Rob Lowe, Peyton Manning, Ralph Macchio, Joel. I mean, seriously, it's like the lineup of a season of Surreal Life VH1 never brought back. Might as well start off with this time with Jeff Ross, considering tonight is all your bread and butter is anyway. Everybody knows you're the king of the roast, which is why I have to ask in all seriousness, I'm guessing he's on this side. Don't you think I'm going to do that last joke again. Everybody knows you're the king of the roast, which is why I have to ask in all seriousness, why the fuck aren't you the roast master for one of these things already? Kind of ironic and pointless, don't you think? You've wasted more deserving opportunities than Planned Parenthood. I saw Roast Battle. It was amazing. As a roast fan, I really laughed hard at it, and as a person who was dabbling in roast, I really learned a lot. But if it were up to me, I would have let the fat guy win. You know, what's his name? Oh, Jimmy Carr. Jimmy Carr, you English muffin-looking fag. I don't know much about Jimmy, but I think everybody's oblivious that they don't remember your terrible game show, Distraction, which actually aired right here on Comedy Central a little more than a decade ago. You look like Harry Potter if he became an accountant. I guess Pete Davidson's back on the roast because he loves beating up Jeff Ross's asshole. This is only your second time at a roast, and people still don't know who the fuck you are. You're like Tape Face. You're always doing weird stuff nobody really understands, and you're better off being a mime than a stand-up comic. I tried watching some of the skits he's been on. I've tried watching some of the skits he's been in on SNL. You played the same type of person in every sketch. You're like the anti-Bill Hader. Your characters stink worse than one of Rihanna's recent singles. Your comedic timing's worse than Britney Spears' new album. Hey, here's something to look forward to, though. Before Michael fires you, I'm pretty sure Nick Cannon will be glad to welcome you back at Wild 'N Out, so there's something, I guess. It seems like the days of whose dick do you have to suck to get on this dais are no more. It's now the era of, hey Jeff Ross, I'm strapped for cash and almost irrelevant. Could you please help me out? That's the reason why Peyton Manning's here. Football great Peyton Manning, let him hear it. Woo! In all honesty, it's really a rare treat to roast an athlete. Let me do that again. I've been treading over these freaking jokes for like a couple of days now. So let me do that one again. In all honesty, it's really a rare treat to roast an athlete that all the jock boys in my middle school tried to emulate. What a treat. I mean, one of the ways you can tell that you've reached a low in your career is when you'll do anything for a little bit of that celeb status back. And Peyton, you've become one of those types of celebrities. There's your crappy commercial work. Papa John's, that DirecTV commercial with Lionel Richie. It must seem like a blessing to be doing this roast. Let's look at it this way. Here you are roasting Rob Lowe, while your friends are all hoping they caught the Zika virus. It's hard to roast a Peyton considering my own father tried to kill me when I was a baby. My younger self's probably been waiting for an opportunity like this forever. But a person of your stature against a person who's become as skinny as he can just to be accepted in the world is quite intimidating. I'm scared you could throw a perfect spiral. I'm scared you could throw me like a perfect spiral. And Ann Coulter, why are you even here? I don't really know you all that well, but it seems like you're the kind of person who lies worse than Ryan Lochte. You being here is sort of last notice. David's ex Heather Locklear was considered but dropped out for whatever reason. I quick caught you on Hannity a couple of days ago when I was bored and looking for something to watch, and to get some familiarity with you for this roast. You scared the absolute shit out of me. I don't have much more to say in fear that she's preparing to rip my spinal cord out. I guess Nikki Glazer is here to be the token female comedian on the dais tonight. She's taught me, and I'm sure all of us, about sex, fetishes, and relationships in her somewhat up in the air but about to be canceled show, Not Safe. I have never heard anybody be more personal than her, so I commend you for being true to yourself. That being said, you're probably here to try to be Rob Lowe's new girlfriend. Rob Riggle apparently has a huge body of work. But how is it that I only remember you as the guy who got shot in the dick in 21 Jump Street and an imprisoned tranny with a working vagina in 22 Jump Street? If I can be vocal along with some of the fan base of the film, can I please inquire to Jonah Channing and Will Smith to please don't merge both their franchises. Even Donald Trump would agree that it would be the worst move in cinema history. Well, we have what my generation would call a legend. Jewel is here tonight. Wow. Yeah, give it up. I have no idea how or why you signed on to do this roast. I really don't. This whole day has just been a clusterfuck of why the hell did they agree to this roast, people? I, as a lot of people in our mid-20s did, grew up with the iconic Pieces of Me album. For those of you who are confused or not old enough, that is not a Britney Spears song or an Ashley Simpson album. I do want to be a little bit open, because what opportunities am I going to get to say this? I want to say that my first bar crush and I duetted on your songs Who Will Save Your Soul and You Were Meant For Me, more than 3 years ago. And the late Carrie Gretchen will always hold a special place in my heart for the 4 nights that I met her and the 4 nights that her and I were friends. And Joel, I want to thank you for being such a wonderful artist and creating the songs that started that connection off. Who Will Save Your Soul, You Were Meant For Me, Foolish Games, Intuition, that Jupiter Swallow the Moon song. You have an integrity and a quality in your music most people in this industry just don't have anymore. Why is it that Taylor Swift stole the thunder and the spotlight that you so clearly deserve. From me to all of you, I would rather listen to Jupiter Swallow the Moon than Teardrops on My Guitar, 15, Love Story, and You Belong With Me. I know I'm leaving out Ralph Macchio, but let's be honest, he's not a Karate Kid anymore. Now, on to our self-esteemed guest of honor, Mr. Rob Lowe. You don't know how happy it is to finally be roasting Justin Bieber's father. You have no idea. No, seriously, I'm glad we're getting to roast John Stamos' clone. I really am. You've made a name for yourself in the past 35 years in movies. You say you're just like James Franco, but unlike him, I think you should have stuck to TV. I would say that your work in films is any greater, but the only film I really remember you in is that Austin Powers movie, so this is going to be a rough one for me. One thing I do want to commend you on is a little movie called About Last Night. I heard Jeff was originally going to get Kevin Hart again, but because he's busier than you now, but because he's busier than you now, he couldn't make it out tonight. I guess he didn't want to hear jokes about how your About Last Night stood up better than his. I don't know, just certain things I can bring to mind. I don't know, just certain things I can bring to mind just ring out as bad to me. Again, you're not really all that memorable to me. Even that Outsiders movie I watched in early high school to coincide with the book, I barely remember as well. And then there was that crapfest TV movie you made called The Christmas Shoes that sucked worse than Santa's reindeer shooting diarrhea all over his elves. But if I can get personal again for a quick minute, I would just like to say the last time I did a roast with a Rob, actually two, my friendships with both of them ended in disaster. So the fact that I'm roasting a Rob who's a really great sport and has a great work ethic when it comes to this business is a breath of fresh air for me. At least fresher than the last couple of turds Rob Riggle shout out. Demi Moore, Cameron Diaz, Christopher Walken, Judd Nelson, Mike Myers. These are just some of the people who've worked with Rob Lowe who didn't feel like coming here and roasting you tonight. But it looks like a lot of people came out to support whatever you continue to do in this business, which is a lot more than I can say for the Kardashians. Rob, you've been such a good sport. Thank you for having me here tonight. Thanks, everybody.